What shapes youth development? Well, to answer this question, let's first talk about what is youth development. Broadly, we can think about youth development as the stages that children go through to become successful adults, to become what you might think of as well-adjusted adults. Youth development is the process of acquiring the skills they need to approach adulthood and to thrive in adulthood. These skills could be the attitudes, competencies, values, or social skills that they pick up along the way from a baby to an adult. We can think of youth development in various ways. Often, youth development can be thought of as stages. So in today's little mini lecture, we're going to go through two different ways of looking at youth development and seeing or investigating how these different models of youth development conceptualize what a positive, well-adjusted adult looks like. So the first one we're going to talk about is one you're probably super familiar with if you've taken any kind of developmental or developmental-related psych course, which is Erikson's stages of development. This is simply a model of child development that breaks the life course into 8 different stages that people all go through from infancy to adulthood. This stage-based model hypothesizes or theorizes that there are certain skills or assets or milestones that people need to meet at different stages of their life in order to grow up to be healthy, well-adjusted adults. We're not going to go through each of these stages in depth. If you're interested, you can go check it out. There's a lot of online resources that go through them, but you can see how it's set up is that each stage you have either you meet something or you fail to meet something. So for example, in infancy, one of the skills or one of the milestones you need to meet is forming a sense of trust, having a stable relationship with someone that might be a caretaker or someone else that builds a sense of security, trust, and stability. The idea with each of these stages, though, is that if you meet that milestone, you're going to grow up to be healthy. You're going to grow up to have a great adult life, a healthy contributing member. And if you don't, you will grow up to be unhealthy or to be not well adjusted. So in Erikson's stages of development, what we look like as healthy adjusted adults might be ones that have a sense of trust and stability, have a relationship that has helped shaped us, that we can go to for security, for support. Being a healthy adult might look like being autonomous, being able to feel like you have a strong sense of identity, like you have the ability to go out and change the world, that you have autonomy and the ability to accomplish different tasks, whatever tasks that you set out to do. So Erikson's stages of what a healthy adult looks like might be related to that. Now, another way we could look at positive youth development is through what's been known as either the 5 or 6 C's of youth development. And under this model, researchers and practitioners outline 5 or 6 basic skills that youth need to develop in order to be well-adjusted and grow up in healthy ways. So, for example, getting a sense of connection, developing a feeling of competence, developing sympathy and empathy for others. These 5 or 6 principles have been used to shape various youth interventions or youth programs that have sought to promote positive youth development. So, you saw the graph, but basically the 5 or 6 can be outlined as connection, competence, confidence, character. Sometimes contribution is added, sometimes it's not, so that's what makes it 5 or 6, and caring. So in this model of youth development, a healthy or well-adjusted youth would look like someone that has a lot of these traits developed in a very strong way, that they have a strong character, a strong feeling of competence, a strong feeling of connection, of safety, of belonging. So in this model, that's what a healthy youth might look like. But all of this can vary, right? And none of this is necessarily the one right answer. So what I'd like to ask you is, what does a successful youth look like to you? When you imagine a healthy, well-adjusted youth, what pops up into your head?